Hey everybody, Phone Scoop here. Today we're taking a slightly more in-depth look at the new Motorola Cliq, soon to be available for sale via T-Mobile. We looked at the Cliq several weeks ago when it was first announced by Motorola, but now we've had some time to spend with it and have a lot more, impressions based on daily use. Let's take a quick tour around the hardware before we dig into the software. We've got a generous screen on the front, and just 3 buttons here. We've got a menu key, home key, and back key. You'll notice there's no send and end keys on the Motorola Cliq as there are with most other Android-based handsets. On the left side of the phone, we've got a sliding lock key here and the volume toggle here. Volume toggle feels a little bit hard to find. And then we've got a micro USB port here along the bottom corner of the phone there. Nothing along the very bottom. And on the right you can see we've got 2 different buttons. One is a 2-stage camera key and the other is a dedicated power and locking key. Nothing in particular along the back, and on the top we have a full 3.5mm headset jack. Now one thing I'm going to show you, take off the back cover there, we've got the SIM card slot, big old battery, and here's the micro SD card slot. You notice we've got this really weird little hatch thingy that you have to pull back in order to retrieve the card. So they don't make it easy. The card is locked in there good and tight, so you know it's not going to go anywhere. It also, at least you can hot swap though. You can take the card out while the phone is running. So that's the hardware, and of course we shouldn't forget the full QWERTY keyboard. I'll be honest with you folks, I was not the biggest fan of this keyboard. Very mushy, and in particular the T key has no travel and feedback at all. And that could be, because I have a pre-production unit here, but keyboard was not the strong point. I felt the keys themselves were not the easiest to find, and travel and feedback wasn't all that great. D-pad here, however, does work good. One thing to notice, you'll see lots of play with the top half of the phone when I shake it around. It wasn't put together exactly, super duper strong. The Motorola Cliq, of course, runs Motorola's new MOTOBLUR service, which you can see here on the main screen. Basically, what MOTOBLUR does is stream all your Facebook and Twitter updates onto the home screen. So you can see we have a weather widget. This messages box here is for messages that are directed specifically at you. So any DMs you get from Twitter, any emails you get from Facebook, or status updates on your page, as well as text and SMS messages are going to go in this area here. And you can dive down and read them individually. The very top are updates that you put up. So if I update my Twitter status or my Facebook feed, that's where it goes right there. And you can see that we can easily post something to all the services or to either Facebook or Twitter, depending on how we feel. And this, of course, is your Facebook and Twitter stream, and I'm not going to dive into that only because I don't want to reveal the identity of all the people that I follow and who follow me and converse with me. But basically, you tap this, it opens, and you can swipe sideways to see all the different pages of things that people post. So this is going to be the only one that we look at, and this is basically how it appears. You'll see that all the happenings that show up here on your stream will look exactly like this, and you can swipe sideways through them to look at them more in depth. Other things that are on the home screen of the Motorola Cliq are a news feed, which you can see here. Looks very similar to happenings, and again you can zoom through it sideways. And of course entertainment. We can dive into entertainment and look at all sorts of different headlines here. And what's really interesting, of course, is that this is fully customizable. So we'll hit setup, go in here, and you have all sorts of different crazy feeds that you can put into your own channel. So we'll choose a channel, we'll go to the best in blogs, we'll go to technology blogs because hey, that's why you're here, right? And you can see all the different blogs that are listed here that we can choose from. So we'll go to the top 10 Google Android blogs, and then you can see it has a whole list of the different Android blogs there. So we can choose any of these and have their information fed into our home screen feed. So you could spend hours and hours and hours doing this. It's a little, it's a little bit fun, but it also takes time, and you can see how far down we dug before we get back out to the main screen. It's pretty far. Of course, we also have other areas on the home screen to drop in content that we like. Also included out of the box, we've got just some tips and tricks in getting started. These are things that you can ditch and get rid of after you've used it for a little while, and basically just offer you ways on how to use the device more effectively. Of course, we have the main Android menu here, not changed from other Android phones. Of course, if we want to go to the phone dialer, we just tap here. We have the basic dialer. Using this key, we can jump into our contacts. We can use voice commands, or we can choose this to go into search mode, to search through our contacts. You can also look at recent calls, frequent calls, and set up your own speed dial. And call quality is okay, and interacting with the phone itself is not bad. So those are the basics. I mean, we could spend all day diving into MOTOBLUR and how it works. But you've seen a pretty nice overview here. And of course, the MOTOBLUR comes with a number of other features such as camera, video recorder, gallery application, instant messaging, music application, you name it, it's pretty much all there. Nice that it's preloaded with Telenav and Quick Office. You've got the voice search, voice dialing, YouTube application, and social networking all built right in. And of course, Google services such as Gmail, Google Maps, Google Talk, and so on. So, here's the other happenings client. You can access it from the home page, or you can look at it like this, and this is where it will basically feed or stream all your Facebook and Twitter updates into one long continuous stream of posts. So you never have to actually check a separate Facebook or Twitter client. You can just use happenings directly and access all your information from here. So pretty interesting way to interact with all your social networks. So that is the Motorola Cliq, a new Android phone from Motorola running MOTOBLUR.